Welcome back. All right, so my other preview for today, we're going to discuss the New Jersey Devils. New Jersey's a team that underachieved this past season. Underachieved a lot, actually. And if you look at the overall numbers, goaltending and defense let them down. So if the goaltending and the defense are fixed this season, and the depth chart would say it looks pretty good now, this should be a playoff team. The expectation, according to the channel vote, is playoffs as well. And I'm bullish on them. I'm not taking them to win the Stanley Cup. You're welcome, Devils fans. I did take them to win the Stanley Cup this past season. They didn't make the playoffs. So, yeah, not doing that this year. So, if we look back to 2014-15 and fast forward to now, over the last 10 seasons, their top scorer has been Jesper Bratt. 471 games, 129 goals, 230 assists, 359 points. Nico Hischier, close second. 452 games played, 136 goals, 217 assists, 353 points. And Jack Hughes, as the top three are all current members of the team. Hughes, 306 games played, 114 goals, 167 assists, 281 points. Kyle Palmieri, 397 games, 140 goals, 126 assists, 266 points. Damon Severson, 647 games, 58 goals, 205 assists, 263 points. Travis Zajac, 473 games, 88 goals, 141 assists, 227 points. Taylor Hall, 211 games, 76 goals, 132 assists, 208 points. Pavel Zacha, 386 games, 69 goals, 110 assists, 179 points. Miles Wood, 402 games played, 78 goals, 70 assists, 148 points. And Adam Henrique rounds out the top 10, 261 games, 70 goals, 77 assists, 147 points. Now, if we look at goaltending and we look at wins and rank it that way, Corey Schneider actually is the top win producer, 99, 118, and 38 record. Corey Schneider, of course, racked with injuries late in that run, and the team not being great didn't help his record either. Mackenzie Blackwood second on the list with a record of 65, 57, and 18. Keith Kincaid, 64, 55, and 17. Vitek Vanacek, 50, 20, and 7. And Nico Daws rounds out the top 5 with a 19, 22, and 1 record so far in his NHL career. So looking at the team's numbers, over the last 5 seasons, in points percentage, they're at 497, which is 22nd overall. Goals for per game, 3.04, which is 18th overall. The goals against, this is where it's kind of ugly, 3.28, which is 23rd overall. Their power play also 23rd overall at 18.7%, and the penalty kill 13th at 80% even. So this past season, their points percentage 494, which was 23rd, and again, easily the most disappointing season I think New Jersey's ever had. Goals for per game, 3.22. That was actually 12th. So they were in the top half of the NHL in goals for, which really shows how much they needed to improve the defense and the goaltending. 3.43 goals against per game, 26th in the National Hockey League. Their power play was all right, 22.5%, 13th. Their penalty kill was pretty good too at 80.7%, which is 10th. So the special teams were good. The goal scoring was fine. It's just goals against had to come down. Pretty simple for Tom Fitzgerald this offseason. So their top 10 scorers last year, Bratt, 82 games, 27 goals, 56 assists, 83 points. It's his first season with more than 82 points, I do believe. Jack Hughes, 62 games played, 27 goals, 47 assists, 74 points. So part of the New Jersey Devils having a bounce back would be to have Jack Hughes play the full season, right? Nico Hischier, 71 games, 27 goals, 40 assists, 67 points. So Hischier missed 11 games as well. Meyer missed 13 games, so he played 69, had 28 goals, 24 assists, 52 points. Luke Hughes played all 82 games, 9 goals, 38 assists, 47 points. Tyler Toffoli, 61 games with New Jersey, 26 goals, 18 assists, 44 points. Eric Howla, 76 games, 16 goals, 19 assists, 35 points. Dawson Mercer, 82 games, 20 goals, 13 assists, 33 points. And, of course, they don't have Mercer signed as of yet. He's still a restricted free agent. Palat, 71 games, 11 goals, 20 assists, 31 points. And Alexander Holtz, who's moved on to Vegas now, 82 games, 16 goals, 12 assists, 28 points. In net, the top two goaltenders, Vanacek, a record of 17, 9, and 3, 890 save percentage. Dawes, 9 and 11 with an 894 save percentage. Kakinen actually had the best save percentage of any of the goaltenders on the team. But, yeah, the goaltending was definitely it was an issue this past season. So rookie watch, the one I put up there was Chase Stillman, because sure, why not? Well, this is going to be a team with a lot of young players. Not a lot in the way of rookies this season. So looking at the top 12 forwards, Andre Palat, who had a bit of a down year by his standards. I could see him jumping up to maybe 15 or 16 goals this year. Nico Hischier, Jesper Bratt as well on that top line. And then you got Timo Meier, Jack Hughes, and aforementioned restricted free agent Dawson Mercer should slide into that top 6 spot. Thomas Tatar, of course, returns to the team. Eric Halla, Stefan Nason returns as well. Nason, I believe, had some games with New Jersey prior. And then you've got Paul Cotter. I really like the addition of Cotter here. I think New Jersey fans are going to like Cotter. Strong work ethic. A little more offense than maybe expected. Curtis Lazar and Nathan Bastian. So, pretty strong top 12. And again, this was a team that was already scoring pretty well this past season. I don't see any reason why that would drop off unless Jack Hughes gets hurt again, which Devils fans are really hoping he won't. So the extras, you got Max Willman, Shane Bowers, Chase Stillman, Nolan Foote, Adam Beckman, Brian Hallinan, and Mike Hardman as well. So there's some good depth here. There's guys who can clear waivers without any issue and also can jump into the lineup as need be during the season. So on the blue line, you've got Luke Hughes, you've got Dougie Hamilton. In the event that Dougie Hamilton's 100% good to go to start this season, that is a huge turnaround for the New Jersey Devils blue line. The loss of Dougie Hamilton, I don't think you can overstate it from this past season. It wasn't a great team to start with, and then you lose Dougie Hamilton. It just doesn't make things better. Jonas Siegenthaler, Brett Pesce, strong addition on the blue line for New Jersey. I like that. I also like the addition of Brendan Dillon. I think Dillon's an excellent defenseman, and so that's a solid addition. Again, on that third pairing, no problem there. And then Shimon Nemitz would round out the top 6. Of course, he gets dinged up at the Olympic qualifiers, but the expectation is he'll be fine come training camp. They just held him out because they wanted to make sure of that. You can't risk having him getting hurt during Olympic qualifying. The extras, Jonathan Kovacevic, really solid pickup for them from Montreal. Curtis McDermott, Nick DeSimone, Santeri Hatakka. I was reading an article on Hatakka about a month ago, I believe, on how he intends to be a part of their lineup all season. He basically wants to make it really difficult for them to send him down to Utica. And Colton White as well in terms of depth on the blue line. In net, it's Jacob Markstrom as Jake Allen. For the first time in a while, the New Jersey Devils goaltending tandem looks solid, stable. Won't hear any talk, I would think, this year about needing to change things up. Nico Dawes is the extra as Akira Schmidt, of course, has gone to the Vegas organization. And I like Dawes. I've said that for years. I don't think he had a great season this past year. The .894 save percentage isn't great, but I still think there's a good goaltender there. We'll see how this coming season goes for him. Cap space, there's some keeping in mind that Mercer will eat some of this up. $4,976,103 according to Cap Friendly. Nope, Puckpedia. See, I knew eventually I was going to mess up and say Cap Friendly. I did. Dag nabbit. But we're going to keep going. We'll do it live. So, with that amount of cap space, there's always the possibility that they have some kind of an addition. But where are you looking to make that addition? Would it be at forward? Would it be at the blue line? I would argue they're fine. Tom Fitzgerald can use that cap space. Again, whatever's left after signing Mercer. And hold on to that during the season and then look for pickups around trade deadline. The schedule, 6 out of 11 are at home in October. They also have the 2 games in Prague against New Jersey, or against themselves. I mean, New Jersey sometimes plays against themselves as it is, but against, I believe it's Buffalo, right? Buffalo, New Jersey. So one thing to keep in mind is when teams go overseas, they can struggle when they come back. We have seen that in recent seasons where sometimes a team goes overseas for a global series and has a bit of a hard time coming back and readjusting. So it'll be really important to see how they do coming back, because a strong start to the season would be great for New Jersey. If they struggle out of the gate, I am sure there will be some hand-wringing and some questions asked. November, 8 out of 14 are on the road. So if they have a good record in the month of October, the month of November, hopefully they can win some games on the road. Keep in mind that with the 2 in Prague, and their season starts October 4th and 5th, this means that 27 games are being played by them by the end of November, which is more than everybody else. February, they have 2 away from home, 1 at home, 1 away, and then they have the Four Nations Cup. They come out of that with 1 game at home and then 2 more away to round out the month of February. April, they have 4 at home, so they have a 4-game homestand to start the month, 1 away from home and then 1 at home. So in April, 5 out of the 6 games are in New Jersey, and they only have 6 games in April, which means they're going to be chasing, potentially chasing anyways, teams that have games in hand on them. So it's really important that New Jersey gets those wins early and racks up the points so that other teams are chasing them with games in hand, not New Jersey chasing other teams that have games in hand on them. So a little bit of pressure on New Jersey that way. The Stanley Cup odds also put a lot of pressure on New Jersey. The expectation for a bounce back is there from the people betting with their wallets. They're at a plus 1,100, which sounds like a lot, but they're tied with Colorado and Dallas for third in the vote for your 2025 Stanley Cup champions. So could New Jersey get there? I mean, there's always the possibility they can. I don't know that they necessarily will, and I'm not going to make a bet on that this year. Not that I bet on it last year. Good thing, right? But I won't make them my pick this year. But deep down, I think it'd be great if New Jersey went on a nice long run. It's been a while. It's been over a decade since the 2012 run, so sure. So looking at the channel vote, 32% of the channel says first or second for New Jersey. I totally understand that. I would guess the Rangers get a lion's share of the first place votes, and that they're seen as potentially passing Carolina is my guess. 54% of the vote says third or fourth. 10% says fifth or sixth, and 4% just aren't having it, have them seventh or eighth in the division, which means that's going to be your standard troll vote, your standard, I'm a Ranger fan, I can't vote any higher than seventh or eighth for New Jersey, and maybe some who just don't believe that the changes made in the offseason are going to make a big difference. But I think with the goaltending and defense changes, and again, just having Dougie Hamilton back, you've got Hamilton back, you've got Luke Hughes in his second year, you've got Pesce and Dillon added on that blue line. This should be a much stronger team than last year and much more difficult to play against. New Jersey was pretty easy to play against this past season. I think that's going to change this year. But let me know your thoughts. Do you think New Jersey's going to be a contender this year? And in the event they did win a cup, what would that say for their head coach? And would anybody say anything at that point? But let me know your thoughts regarding New Jersey's new head coach and what that would say if they won a Stanley Cup his first year there, which would be crazy. But let me know your thoughts. Hit like and subscribe in the event you haven't done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support as always. I will talk to you again soon.